Beautiful, beautiful people. Oh yeah, y'all look good. What time is it? How y'all look so good this early in the morning?
Look at, see, they're watching.
What's up, fam?
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone.
What's up?
We are
Good
so
morning.
excited to see everyone.
Give him a minute, baby. Give him a minute. Look at these people. You guys look great. Good Lord. I'm so happy I got up.
So we are so excited to be hosting you guys for week 5 of the Road to ED Bootcamp. Whoop, whoop. We are your hosts for this beautiful Saturday. I am Dawn Purnell.
And I am Enoch Purnell.
Yes. So go ahead.
Oh, so before we get started, we're going to have a quick check-in. Whereas Chris Granway challenged us the first week of boot camp to push ourselves to be better than we were last week in whatever area, big or small. So can we have 2 to 3 people quickly share how they leveled up in their health this week? 2 to 3 or 2 to 10?
No, not 10. 2 to 3. Who wants to share?
Who wants to share? Uh-oh, there we go right there. I see mommy's with it.
All right.
Amy.
Amy.
Amy
Let's
in
go,
the
Amy.
building.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I started to get my butt back in gear with some exercise. And actually this morning, my daughter came with me. We did a 45-minute walk, and every 5 minutes we got down and did some push-ups, and she crushed my butt. She did 102 push-ups at 7 years old.
Oh,
And I did 100. Yeah.
Oh my
so
gosh.
I'm stoked. It was great. She was motivator for me.
All right.
Awesome,
That is
Amy.
awesome.
That is so dope.
Tracy, I see you. Let's share what you've been doing to level up. Uh-oh. There we go.
I don't know what just
Hey,
happened.
Tracy.
Hello, good morning, y'all.
Good
Good morning.
morning.
So this week has been extremely stressful. Lots going on with my family. I'm in Georgia. My family's in Pennsylvania. My mom has to be removed from the home, and it's just been awful.
Oh my God.
And I found myself those old, like, my head wanted to say I wanted to go back to my old habits of, just grabbing whatever. But I'm not that person anymore. And so, obviously I probably made some choices this week that I wouldn't have without all of that stress. But in comparison to where that would have been a year ago, and seeing how I'm dealing with the stress compared to other people in my family, it's just so exciting to see, the power that I've given myself through this program, through the community. And it's just been, as stressful as it has been, the level of stress is so much further down because I'm taking control of my health and my mental ability during all of it. And just super grateful that I've been able to handle it that way.
Oh my God. You know what,
That's
Tracy? First of all, we're going to send good vibes and good prayers to you and your family for the situation with your mom. And we are going to give you a 5 gold star high five for how you handling it, because you're glowing,
Absolutely.
you're looking good. And if you didn't say anything about it, we would have never known.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you so much. James, let's close
Big
us
game.
out with their share.
Awesome. Good morning, everyone. This week in my health, I have really pushed myself. I'm back on 5 and 1 because I let myself go for my birthday, but I'm back on 5 and 1 and getting to the money. But I've really pushed myself. I've been able to do many more push-ups. I don't know if anyone saw the video when I first started my journey, but I could barely do 1. And now I am doing like 15 to 20. I'm actually pulling myself on the push-up bar. I'm getting better at that and just building muscle. So it's been such a pleasure to be on this journey of health. And we know, I tell all my clients, it's not a race. So filter, we fumble. Guess what, guys? The great thing about this program is we get right back on. So I'm grateful for everyone, and I'm grateful for this program and this community, and I love you guys immensely.
We love you too, fam.
Awesome.
Yo, can I
Awesome.
say something right quick? James is in a 60-day challenge with us. And I just got the hairs on the back of my neck just stood up when you said you back on the 5 and 1. This is not for everybody. James, I need you to go to 7-Eleven, get some cookies, at least for 2 weeks. I mean,
What?
I don't want you to have my money, man. James is coming. When he said he coming for the money, he coming for our money.
Okay.
Cookies, James. Love you.
No, we're
That's
that
just for James, y'all. We love y'all though.
we're moving on quickly. All right. So not only did we level up this week, we're so thankful for all of you guys who shared. Not only did we level up this week personally, but we also leveled up our game with the information that was shared this week. I don't know how many people got to check out the lives. They were awesome sauce. If you guys didn't get a chance to check, and I'm sorry, my notes are escaping me just really quickly, but on Sunday, we had Joy Avini give us tips on getting healthy, having goals and structure and a plan to maximize our week. On Monday, we had Tiani give us some powerful tips for rocking out our Facebook Lives. Tuesday, we had Miss Sylvia Wynn. She shared with us her trade secrets on passion, energy, and excitement, and how to set ourselves apart. Then we had Nellie come through on Wednesday, who shared with us how to strive for Cabo. I know you guys felt that fire with her live. Then we had Whitney, new ED, who shared about setting goals and manifesting and crushing them. And then Tamara closed us out on Friday, fittingly, with some tips and tools on effective Friday follow-up. So we've got a stellar lineup for you guys today. And here to kick us off is Tamara. We're going to turn the floor over to her.
Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing? Thank you for joining us. Just a little bit about myself for those that don't know me. My name's Tamara Bryant. I've been on my journey since May of last year as a coach. As far as my health journey, April 19th of last year, I'm loving it thus far. I was dealing with some crazy gut issues, but now I'm doing better. Gut feeling good, no bloating. Lost 30 pounds. So that was a plus. I was even looking up for losing weight. So that was amazing. And I've been maintaining it since, and I've paid it forward, been helping so many people, and I'm just loving the journey, the passion of all of it. And I'm just still striving. So just a little bit about myself, but I'm only here today to talk about the power of abundance mindset and just seeing things bigger, right? A lot of times we may have struggles with that. But let's ask ourselves this question. Do you have a poverty mindset or do you have an abundance mindset? That question is very, very key. The reason for that, because as we know, with a poverty mindset, beliefs of opportunities of what we may think we have and don't have are very, very limited when it's poverty. Any risk at all seems dangerous to us. And any success that we may think that we can obtain seems like it's going to be temporary. So we must ask ourselves, what beliefs are we holding on to? And that's very, very important. What beliefs, again, are you holding on to? So where we may need to reevaluate things. However, on the flip side, an abundance mindset, it assures that we are successful. You have value in yourself. You have value in your talents. You handle situations different that comes up in life. You're able to bounce back quickly because things happen, right? Life happens. It's going to continue to happen. But it just depends on how you react and how you respond to it. So the question you must ask yourself when you're on that abundance mentality is what do I want more of? Again, what do I want more of? And you need to strive for that. And also another thing is that we need to change our dialogue. It's all a mental game. Change your dialogue. Instead of saying, I'm guilty too. I'm busy. I don't have time. For me, I don't like to wake up. So right now it's a struggle. I'm surprised I'm not snoring right now. But we must ask ourselves, let's just say if we're busy. Instead of saying that, how about we switch it up and say, I love my life. My life is filled with so much. You see how that switch? It went from like a negative to positive. Sometimes also we may feel overwhelmed. I feel it. I know a lot of people can relate to that. We have a lot going on, but just think that that overwhelming feeling is connected to massive desire. Because only time you are overwhelmed is because you have a lot going on. It's a lot of things you want to do. Your mind is going, right? So it's positive. You know, we know that cool things are about to happen, right? So in regards to how this relates to business and why it's important to building a successful business is that we must see things bigger. We must be in that abundance mindset. And we all know that thoughts affect the way we feel, and feeling create habits, and habits create behavior. So it's all connected to our thoughts. So be very, very careful of how you're talking to yourself. That little inner thought, that little inner voice, control it. So what I want to do is drop a few tips for you guys. So if you have a pen and paper, definitely write these down. It's just a few things that I read and I thought it was super amazing. The first tip is recognize the power of your thoughts. Being very mindful of the thoughts that's circulating in your head is very key. Please be mindful. You know, your thoughts can ruin your whole life. Control it. The next thing is practice gratitude. That's so key. Please practice. Come on, just practice gratitude. Can we do that? And some quotes that stood out and that I took is, if you look at what you have in life, you will always have more. If you look at what you don't have in life, you will never have enough. That makes sense, right? Look at what you have. Be grateful. Be easy on yourself. Another thing, quote that stood out is, when you are grateful, fear disappears and abundance appears. So overall, just be grateful for what you have. And the last thing is notice the good. You know, a lot of times in life, we're always focusing on what's going wrong, right? Oh, this is happening. My boss, this, or I don't. Let's stop that dialogue. Stop trying to like fix the problem. Instead, let's focus on what is going right in our life. Can we focus on that? I think it will be very helpful just overall in life and building relationships, whatever you're going through in life. Let's focus on these tips. Let's get into action and let's just do it. You know, our mind is powerful. And that's all I have to say. Thank you so much, Donna and Enoch, for having me on.
Oh,
All
my
right, let's give it up.
God.
Can we drop some ones in the chat?
Ooh, can she
for
get some
tomorrow?
spirit fingers? Can we get some spirit fingers for
Right.
tomorrow?
Tearing
Girl.
it up, girl. You were all in my wheelhouse today.
Wait,
I
wait,
love it.
Can I say something?
Yes,
That was amazing, yo. Oh my
amazing.
God. That
Absolutely
was so
amazing.
dope. That was
Absolutely amazing.
awesome.
Super,
I'm fired
super
up.
important. I'm fired up too. Let's turn it over to Tani, who is going to share with us all about having some authentic conversations that lead to health.
Wait, I got. Let's get deeper with Tanya Lieber.
All right. So good morning, you guys. Thank you, Dawn and Enoch. Let me start my timer here so I actually stay with allotted time. So I'm so honored to share with you guys this morning. And I will be sharing on authentic and real conversations that lead to health. So why are we all here? I believe we are here because we all want to grow a big business, not just any business. We want a big business, right? So in order for us to do that, we have to talk to a lot of people. And I mean like a ton of people, and impact a lot of lives. In case you guys are not aware, we are on a mission with Dr. Anderson to lead the world to optimal health. We want to bring everyone we know and the people that we meet along the way to better health, physically, mentally, and financially. The reality is not everyone is ready to follow us right off the bat. I know I didn't. And I reached out to my coach about program. I initiated the contact. And after we spoke, I said, oh, let me go think about it, right? So just typical, again, not in the right mindset. But those who are ready are most likely your clients or coaching partners already. So how do we reach the rest of the people in our circle, our community, and our world? Well, we start by, having authentic and real conversations. But what does that even mean? We hear that all the time. So basically, it really means genuine, truthful talk. right? It means being true to yourself and other people, and it means being honest and open. Now that we know what it means, let's ask ourselves, am I authentic? So being authentic begins with doing your own internal work. Yes, it starts with us. Not only figuring out not only figuring out our own core values, but holding on to those values, not letting go of what we truly believe in. So what do you believe in? Having a clear understanding of what you believe you are doing will lead to what follows next. So let me repeat that, okay? So having a clear understanding of what you believe you are doing will lead to what follows next. Do you have an agenda when you reach out to people? I know I did. I thought the agenda was to get clients. Are you connecting to get them? Or are you connecting to inspire and awaken them? When you connect to get them, you are coming from the state of the mind. You are transactional, salesy, and most likely yield unfavorable results. People get turned off when they feel they're being sold to. And honestly, you probably will feel uncomfortable, icky, frustrated, and want to quit this business real fast. When you connect to inspire and awaken, you come from the state of the heart. This requires trust. To gain trust, you need to build relationships. In building relationships, this is where we enter a space of simply blessing people, being interested in them, listening to what they are saying, and perhaps, just perhaps, you have something to offer them. Now, I say this because what we have is not for everyone, although we have something for everyone. Okay, do you guys get that? I have learned in my short 17 months of coaching, we don't have anything for the close-minded, the negative Nellies, or toxic people. The thing we can do for this type of people is to continually show up in our feed with love and positivity, and be in prayer that their minds will be opened and their hearts be softened. And when they are ready, they will reach out. So how do we connect with people? When connecting with people, mix up the medium, mix up how you guys connect with them. If you have a phone number for them, pick up the phone and call them, make small talk, learn something new about them. When you get a voicemail, do not hang up like I used to and go to text and leave them a text message. Leave them a message, tell them you're thinking about them, checking in on them to see how they're doing. You can use text message every now, mix it up with a text message every now and then. Leave a voice text message, video message. And if you do not have a phone number for them, definitely connect with them through Messenger. And you can do the same thing. You can either type in a message, leave a voice text message, or a video message. And if you're bold enough, you can even call them through Messenger, okay? But I really suggest that if you have a strong relationship with that person, you just don't happen to have their phone number. Another thing is be you. Don't read from a script. In the beginning, I was guilty of that. Don't try to sound like somebody else, just be you. The more you connect with people, the more confident you will become, and the more that you will find your voice. Always be respectful, even if you think the responses or opinions do not align with what you want to hear. We're here to bring goodness in their life, right? Not to butt heads with them or argue with them. Always be positive with your tone. So with that being said, when you are connecting with people, when you're doing this exercise in your daily mode of operation, make sure you're in a space that is also positive, that your heart is in a good place, your mindset is in a good place. Because whatever you're harboring inside, it really shows in our actions. Be good at asking questions. You're inviting them to have a conversation with you. Avoid the yes and no questions, because that really doesn't lead to a more meaningful conversation. Care about the conversation, but do not be attached to the outcome or any one conversation. Remember the saying, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person or the right thing to the wrong person. That really holds true in our business. There are conversations that I would start and they will completely ghost me. And I think like, oh, did I say something wrong, right? Did I offend them? But the truth of the matter is people just get busy. Try them again later. So that being said, follow up with people regularly. Don't just do like a one-time, like, hi, hello, how are you doing? And don't talk to them for another 6-7 months, right? And that's why Follow-Up Friday is very, very good. Make sure that's on your calendar and that you're following up with people regularly. You know you're having an authentic conversation with someone when you leave them feeling heard, supported, seen, valued, and safe to continue to build a relationship with you. And guys, that's what we want. Safe to build a relationship with you. So where do we find people to connect with? Your phone. Start with your phone. Your contact list on your phone. Call everyone that's on there. Say hello to them, right? Facebook, A to Z, bringing these people into your world. When people accept your friend request, don't just collect all these friends. Immediately start a conversation with them. Say hello to them. Find something that you're in common with. We should all, at least in this group, have one Facebook group that we have joined that you can relate to. Work that group, integrate in that group, okay? And then when you feel comfortable with a connection with someone, bring it to Messenger. Your hot list, 100 list, heart list, whatever list it is that you're keeping, take a look at who you can serve and bring value to each day. You should be waking up every morning and having an agenda on who you're going to be connecting with. Commit to connecting with one or new person every time you are out. And if you're not comfortable in starting a whole conversation with them, that's okay. Just get into the habit of saying hello, making eye contact with people, saying, how are you doing? Because the more you do this, the more courage you will have. So once we do all this dripping and loving on people, then we lead them to a conversation of health. How does that happen? By being curious about their lives. Find out what they want and need. Ask questions, actively listen to what they are saying. When I was at Grow Global, they said, find the holes in their canoe, then posturing how you can help, right? Once you move them to a health call or a coach explorer, that doesn't mean they will join you right away. Do not be attached to the outcome again. Continue to serve them where they're at. You can only offer what you believe. If you do not believe you're part of an amazing community, you can't offer that. If you do not believe you're part of a relationship building business, you can't offer that. If you do not believe you have a gift that can benefit mankind, you can't offer that. So go be amazing, do the internal work. Authentically begins with you doing the internal work.
Amazing.
Man, straight
Amazing.
fire. I did anybody else have a hard time picking up the gems? There were so many.
What?
They were just raining down. If you can, I want everybody to write one thing that you took away and that you're gonna do from what Tani shared to be more authentic. That was all.
Oh my God. You know what? I am gonna go back and get some. I'm gonna refriend some people. I didn't block some people. I done hung up on some people quicker than Jamil on a Zoom. You know what I mean?
Now that's fast. Now
Yeah.
that is
Oh my
fast.
God.
That is fast.
Great stuff.
Great stuff. Okay, we are gonna keep this party rolling. I mean, I don't know if you. I'm on page 2 of my notes. I don't know about you guys. We are going to kick it off to the couple, the power couple, all the way in Fresno.
Let's go.
James and Flor Richards. Take it away, y'all.
Good morning.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. Wow, Tani, that was incredible.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Love that. Man, I would love to hear more. You got to hear more of Tani, a lot. That was good. I got a lot from that. Thank you so much. And Tamar for kicking us off, putting us in the right mindset. Let's go. You guys, this is so good. So Flor and I, we get to discuss and talk to you guys about starting new coaches off strong and starting new coaches off with momentum. So last week we talked about really how to acquire coaches, right? We talked about Joy talked about the soft skills and how to soft skills on how to bring on coaches. We talked about how to use I+Q=A to acquire coaches. So now what we're going to discuss and talk to you guys about is once we bring on this new coach, how do we get them started off strong, right? You guys want to learn that? Once you bring on a coach, what in the world do we do with them? How do we support them? How in the world do we help them? How do we get them to senior coach, ED, and beyond? So we're going to talk about that. So we're going to share our screen. We got some slides we're going to be sharing with you guys. So we're going to jump right into it because it's a lot of information. So if you guys could take some screenshots, maybe even some pictures, but we'll give you guys all the resources and everything as we wrap up and finish up. So again, starting our new coach off strong with momentum.
All right. So when they do purchase their coaching kit, that super exciting day, we want to get into action right away. You don't have to wait for the kit to come in the mail. You get into action. And as we know, there are no clients in that kit. So we want to get working right away. We also want to get them going on a support message in Facebook Messenger with ourselves, our new coach, and then another member of our support team. So we want to make sure that all of our communication in regards to their coaching, their training is in that same thread so that we don't lose kind of where they're at, or we don't miss any trainings or anything like that. We also want to make sure that add them to the Facebook support group. So for us, it's 0 to 5. For you, it may be something different. We want to welcome them, introduce them, just like we did when they became clients. So we know that they have a coaching community that's going through the same things that they are in this part of their journey. We also want to schedule the meet and greet with our coaching support team within the first day or so, within the first 24 to 48 hours. We want to get going right away, get some momentum going. And we also want to get them prepared for that call by sending them videos, whether it be the starting point or the new coach training video. So we want to make sure that they do watch that and they do review whatever we send them so that they're ready with questions and knowledge, and it's a more productive meet and greet. Oh, next slide.
Love it. Okay, so now when we're setting up that meet and greet, so after we've introduced them to the group and we're setting up that meet and greet it's going to be you as the coach, your new coach, and then one person from your support team. Once we set up that meet and greet, there's really 4 things that we want to do during that meet and greet. So we listed these 4 things here, but what that's going to look like is one of the key components of the main point of this meet and greet is this is where they get a chance to introduce and they get to meet their support team. Your new coach gets to see that this thing is a lot bigger than just you and them. And you're going to bring on your coach or your support that's also going to be there in this thread that's going to be guiding and supporting them so that they know they have a few people that's behind them, that support them, that's going to be guiding them through this journey. The second step we want to do during this meet and greet is this is where we want to get to know their why. This is probably, well, they're all important, but this one is huge. This one is huge because during this meet and greet, we want to figure out what is it that they want? What is their why? What is their motivation? Why are they here? This is where we get a chance to, your mentor coach gets a chance to ask questions to awaken their dreams and their visions. And then just to remind them that we're an advocate for them. We're here to help them reach their goals. This is also a chance to get to know them. We want to find out, learn a little bit more about them. What do they do for work? What do they do for a living? We talked about why are they here, but all of these different things we want to do during, or your support group, your coach is going to do during this meet and greet. Another thing we want to do is, this is where we also want to find out what is it that they're looking for and why did they become a coach? It could be for accountability, maybe fulfillment and purpose, or income. So this is where we're really going to dive deep into that. If it's income, well, what type of income would make them smile? And this is a question I love asking during this meet and greet. What type of income would blow your mind? So now we kind of get an idea of what do they want? What's their why? What's their motivation? So now we can coach them and guide them accordingly to our systems. The third thing we want to do during this meet and greet, this is where we want to help them craft, these new coaches craft out their story. Teach them how to, the effective way to share their story. We all know how that's done. It's why, or where were you before you started this program? Why did you even start? Since you started, what's changed for you? What are they most excited about in their own personal health journey? And then why did they decide to pay it forward and become a coach? So we're going to help them craft out their story and teach them how to get all that great information and get it into 90 seconds so that when we're doing the health assessments, they're prepared and ready to share their story. And then the last thing we want to do during this meet and greet, and this is probably the most important thing, is we want to get them into action immediately. The whole point of this is to get them into action. Flor said, set up this meet and greet within the first 24 hours or 48 hours of them buying their coaching kit. They're still excited. So we want to get them in action right away. How do we do that? Is we help them on this meet and greet build out their list. We help them craft out their list of people that are noticing, people that are asking about their own physical transformation, the people that ask them, what are you doing? There's also going to be some people on their heart. One of the questions I like to ask is if you can give this thing away, don't worry about the cost, the money. If you can give this gift away, who comes to your mind? Who would you love to just see get healthy and feel good? Let's write these people's names down on your list. Another group of people we want to help them build out their list is people that maybe they probably don't need the program or they don't think they need it, but they will just give us some time for a practice call. Give us 20, 30 minutes so that we can practice because they know people that need this. So we want to use some of those people for us to practice. And then the last thing, and I'm so grateful my coach helped me do this in that meet and greet. He helped me to start identifying who are some coaching partners that I want to start working with. So we write this, help them build out their list, and then start sending out messages so that we can start setting up some health assessments. Okay, this is me too?
Yep.
Okay, so after we set up the meet and greet, we want to start setting up some practice calls. So ideally is within the first week, we want to get their 6 to 7 practice calls done within that first week. Again, they're excited, they're pumped up. We've already sent out these messages of 20, 30, 40 people on their list. So now we gave them the verbiage on how to set up these health assessments. And so now we're going to start doing these practice calls. We're going to do 2 or 3 for them. And then we're going to watch them do 2 or 3. By then, they should be competent and kind of have an idea until they feel comfortable doing their own calls. During the health assessment, this is where we're going to teach them how to dig deep, how to ask questions, and to find out what are people's why. What is their why? What is their motivation? And we're going to teach them and show them really how to dig beyond the surface and ask questions. They're going to be telling their story. Remember, we helped them craft out their story. We want on these practice calls, coaches, mentor coaches, you want them to share their story on these practice calls. We're going to teach them and show them how to explain the 4 components and tailor it based off what they told us that they needed. We're also going to guide and teach them how to offer and how to share, how to invite people to program or to coaching or whatever it is. And then we're going to, if they're ready to go, this is where we're going to teach them and show them how to process and set up their clients' first orders. And if they're not ready, then this is where we teach them the follow-up steps, the follow-up system on how to follow up and help people get started when they're ready. So we'll show them their 6-step follow-up system.
Okay, so when we are doing these practice health assessments with our new coach, we want to make sure to let them know, hey, you need to print out a health assessment. You need to be attentive with your camera on and taking notes. This is their business. So we want to make sure that they're being properly trained and that they're taking it seriously, right? So we want to make sure their camera's on, they're on mute and they stay on mute. They don't want to chime in between. They just want to be attentive, listen, and learn. We also want to make sure we talk to them briefly a few minutes before the actual call So we kind of get a little bit of information on who we're talking to, get a little bit of background information on the person. We also want to debrief right after to make sure we're answering any questions, clarifying any information that they may not have understood, to make sure that we're transferring those skills so that in the future they're awesome at their health assessments. And then we want to walk them through placing their first order and making sure they're doing it correctly, making sure that they're ordering the Habits of Transformation system, just to make sure that, going forward, they understand the process. We also want to basically walk them through or be connected with them while they're coaching their first 2 to 3 clients. Sorry. They want to make sure we're in the support thread for the clients as well, to make sure that they are properly being taken through the fat burn process and all of that is going according to the systems. And if they're not ready, we want to make sure they know, like James mentioned, this 6-step follow-up system, making sure that they're sending emails, they're putting them in their binder. Refer back to that training we did a few weeks ago for more information on that.
Yeah, I love it. Before we do that, one thing I want to add when it comes to the health assessment is another thing I like to do with new coaches is to role play with them. There will be times where when they send out these messages to their friends and family, they're going to get questions, and their friends and family that they send these messages to get on health assessments is going to ask them things like, well, what is the program? How much does it cost? How much weight am I going to lose? Do I need to be on this forever? And new coaches, if they're not prepared and ready and don't know how to respond to these questions, they can freeze up and get nervous, or just start sending a bunch of messages back and give the wrong information. So this is where we want to teach them and role play with them and show them how to respond and how to take these things to the phone. And on the health assessment is where we're going to discuss all these things. Our goal, you guys, is we just don't leave nothing to chance. Most coaches don't know how to reply. So we want to make sure we're getting in there and giving them the skills on how to move these conversations to the phone. Who's this?
Oh, that's this one. Sorry, the title deleted.
Okay, so we want to partner with them. This is when we bring on these new coaches, you guys, our goal is to really partner with them and to guide them and support them. These are new baby coaches, need guidance, they need support, they need us, kind of like when we brought on our clients. When we brought on clients and that first couple of weeks, we really linked arms with them. Same thing when it comes with these new coaches. So we want to, after we've done the practice health assessments, the next step, the next goal in their training is to get them prepped and ready for their social media launch. When we're giving them information, this is important, is give them what they need, do just-in-time training versus just-in-case training. I've seen coaches will just throw the whole coaching book at them in their support thread, and that can be intimidating and overwhelming. So we do just-in-time training. We set the course, they set the pace. So we're going to guide them and show them step by step and give them what they need when they need it. And we're going to let them set the pace on how fast they want to build this and how big they want to build this. Of course, as their coach, we know what their why is. We know what their goals are. So of course, we're going to push them a little bit, right? But we let them set the pace on how big and fast they want to grow this thing. Other steps is we want to guide and support our clients so that they know how to coach a client into a successful fat burn. We want to ensure that they know how to set up their 1-week celebration call. So after that first week on program, we want to set up that celebration call. And then our goal is to get them to senior coach within the first month of them purchasing their coaching kit. Honestly, if we're following the steps, this is something that can be done within the first 2 weeks. And so we want to guide them and help them reach senior coach. And then we just want to be there for them, you guys. Stay connected. When we're guiding and support a new coach, it's an apprenticeship style training. And we want to be there to work with them and to assist these new coaches. Just a few other things is be there with them to help them acquire their CAB bonus within that first 30 days. You guys know we have the Accelerate going on right now, where instead of $100, they get $250, which is pretty incredible. They start getting these early wins. They start building confidence, and they're like, wow, I can do this. I can do this. And they're pumped up and excited and want to go to that next step, which we know is blended executive director. When working with new coaches, I think this is important, is we might have to inconvenience ourselves. We might have to open up our calendar, because our goal is we want to work with these new coaches and help them get to senior coach and to help them get these early wins. So that might mean us making ourselves available, inconvenience ourselves, and open up our schedule for them. And then just last thing is we just want to guide them step by step through the systems. There's our partner. So I know, guys, this was a lot of information, a lot of steps. What's really, really super cool and dope about what we do is all of these steps that we just talked about, we have them. We have checklists. We have everything where we can guide and support our new coaches step by step by step. So there's two things that where we got most of this information from is the new coach checklist. This is amazing. We like to print this out and check off, make sure we're doing all of these steps with their new coaches. And then this coach app, I know some people are using, some people are not. Flora and I and our group, we love the coach app because literally everything is there for them. All the steps, all the documents, all the links, literally everything that you need as a mentor coach and they need as a new coach, all the steps are right there for them with the links and documents and videos, step by step by step. So those are the steps, those are the systems. Let's stop sharing real quick. And Flora, you want to close us out?
Nope, go ahead.
All right, well, that's the system, guys. When we bring on these new coach, how to get them going strong and how to build momentum and help them reach their goals. Don and Enoch, back to you guys.
Man, if that wasn't a master coach extraordinaire presentation, I don't know what was. I mean, you guys, did they lay it out or did they lay it out? Right? Okay, so now James mentioned the coaching app. Get with your support team to find out if that is the app that you're using.
Where is
I
it?
will agree. We know where it is. I will agree that it's amazing. We have been using it. We have. But please get with your support team and make sure that that's the approach that they want you to take. But thank you so much, Flora and James, for that awesome presentation. We're going to make sure that we get those PowerPoint slides in for folks who want to go back and study. Yes. Okay, great. Man, stellar team.
Hold on. I just want to say, I feel so lucky this morning to be here with you good people, man. That was amazing and very inspirational. Does anybody want to mention any notes or anything that they took from this?
You can put it in the chat. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. I know it's been jam-packed. Like, how much more can my brain take and my notebook take? No, we have Jennifer coming to
Jen, my
us.
bad.
Yes.
Yeah, Jen.
She is going to bring it. She's coming to us to talk all about referrals, which is a huge next step. Because if you're doing things right with your clients, they're becoming coaches and you're getting referrals out the wazoo. Ain't that right, Tiani? Ain't that right, girl?
Come on, Jen. I'm sorry, Jen. I love you, Jen. We was just
We're good. We're good.
So we're gonna turn it over to Jen. Take us away.
You know what happened is James and Flora had so much amazing information in there that it was like, all right, let's just go run. Like, we're going to take this and we're going to go implement it and we're just going to move forward. So I totally value that. And I love it because it got me all fired up too. All right. So my name is Jennifer. I go by Jen, and to my clients, I'm referred to as Coach Jen. My story starts back in, it was May of 2020. One of my girlfriends reached out to me because she had been on program and she started coaching, and she reached out to me and she was like, Jen, I see you're in pain. I see you're hurting. I have a solution for you. At first, I rolled my eyes. I was like, girl, I've tried everything. I'm 260 pounds. There is no more help for me. And she was like, just listen. I listened. I fell in love with the idea of support, of community, of education, of next steps, of no more yo-yoing. And I jumped in. I did amazing on program. I lost 110 pounds in 13 months. But let me tell you, from day one, my coach said, girl, you're going to rock this. and you are going to coach other people through this. And I went, oh, no, 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 no. I just started a brand new job. That is not for me. This is, no, I'm good. I will do you a favor though, Miss Coach. I will send you all of my friends that are going to want, program. I'll just refer them all to you and I'll help build your new business. And she was like, okay, whatever works, right? So she's starting with that. But then the next time she talks to me and she's like, girl, you're doing so good. You should totally coach. Nope, nope, not for me. I don't have time for that. So here we go. 5 referrals sending her way. I'm losing weight. 10 referrals sending her way. She keeps coming back to me and she's like, why am I making all of the money off of your friends when they're talking to you anyways? Why don't you just jump in and coach with me? I don't have time for that. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh gosh. After I'd sent her probably a good 30 plus people, maybe even 40, she had a great 10 to 15 new clients that were my friends. And then I had a friend in my neighborhood go, hey, John, I really want to do what you're doing, but I don't know your coach and I want you to help me. And I went, oh, shoot. Okay, fine. There it is. Called my coach up and I said, all right, I think this is time for me. I think I need to step in and start coaching. And so she took my hand and she trained me and she helped me and she guided me. Okay, now I have done amazing in my business. I have supported more than 100 clients. I have grown my business. And how do we do that? It is all through referrals. So today I'm teaching on referrals. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Got a little bit more information, but I want to give you guys that background there. Let me see. Sorry, I think I need my water with me. Share, PowerPoint, play. All right, y'all can see that, right? We're good to go. Okay, so referrals, how? Like there's so many ways that we can refer people, so many ways that we can thrive off of that, but let's start with the basis. Let's go with how do we get this started? Now, first, my coach did it during my health assessment. My coach invited, hey, are there people that you could bring along with you? Are there people that could help you to stay on track by doing this and stepping through this program with you? She did it again during the journey kickoff call. She helped me through things and she's like, oh, people are going to notice. And, you should probably think about these friends. Well, it got me thinking, didn't get me thinking on coaching, but it got me thinking on who can I refer to her? She dripped that in me right away. And it was amazing, amazing give back to her. 1 week celebration call. If people haven't already noticed, they're going to notice these changes and they're going to ask you what you're doing. Go ahead and send them my way. As your coach, I would love to support these people. Way day posts. Okay, so you can ask your clients to do way day posts for you. You can give them the information, wording that I put on here. Let's talk about accountability. It's time to share your success with your friends so they can cheer you on and help hold you accountable to your goals. So giving them the information about how to do a way day post, you can type it out for them, tell them to put up a picture of themselves. Now, every single person who comments on that, you need to make connections with. So those are your referrals. Those are people that you can just reach into their inbox and go, hey, thanks so much for supporting Susie. I'm her health coach and she's doing fantastic. That'll spark conversation. That'll get people excited about what you're giving to her. And there's a natural referral right there. You can ask people to share your story. If you've got friends, if you've got people that have done program or people that haven't done program or people that think that, oh no, that's not for me, that's okay. You can still reach out to them and say, hey, can you share my story? One of my coaches actually reached out to me yesterday and she said, hey, I have a friend who doesn't want to do a health assessment with me. She wanted to know what I was doing, but doesn't want to sit on the phone for a health assessment. But then she came back to me and she said, hey, I'm a Pampered Chef consultant. If I do a Pampered Chef, or if you do a Pampered Chef party for me, then I'll go ahead and refer friends to you. Can we like swap business? And my coach is like, how do I do this? I said, girl, jump on that health assessment and tell her all of the information about your program, sneak in a little health assessment at the same time, right? And maybe she'll jump in, but also then ask her to share your story on her page and throw a Pampered Chef party for her. You've got more resources, be active. So you can totally have somebody share your verbiage, your wording. What about throwing community events? It's not only who you invite to community events, but it's who can your friends invite to community events? Who can your clients invite to community events? There's so many opportunities for referrals there. Simple way. I'm gathering with some friends for coffee. There's little things here and there all over every town and city. I'm over here in Gilbert, Arizona, Queen Creek, Arizona, and we have a healthy community every Friday morning where we can bring people in, invite them to bring other people so they can bring their friends with them as well. So why? Why do we want to do these referrals? Because we want to build our clients' community first off, right? Accountability, support, give them people to have new hobbies with, cooking together with. We can discover potential coaches. My coach kept talking to me about coaching or referrals back to her. And look at where that put me. Okay, so it all just turns back around. If you're spreading that out and you see that these referrals are coming back because your clients are actually, they have a great following, or they have great friends, or they have people who also need program, then those people can jump in as clients and then maybe in the future as coaches. So building your business deep, right? Referrals can refer more and more people, and you never know who's waiting for you. So reaching new people. There's so many people that we don't know, but our clients know. So many people that can be reached through those referrals. We only know so many people. So it's really a really good thing to be able to get the word out there about who we are, what we're doing, what we have to offer, and getting that past just our circle is really important. Building your business, referrals provide security through attrition. We all know attrition's real, right? And then help to grow your client and coaching partners. There are lots and lots of opportunities in there. A big resource that we have, just like the previous speakers were talking about, is that coach app. So we do have, I've got it right here. I can stop sharing. Let me see. Okay, so in the coach app, you guys can all see in here, there is a page called Coach-Clients. And in there, under Coach-Clients, you click on creating referrals. There is a Google Doc that pops up, and there's a letter that you can send out. There's some verbiage in here as well. And this is, let's really help people make connection and get started in a powerful way. There's ways to do referral bonuses and thank yous, give backs to those people. So jump into the Coach app, read a little bit more about how to do those referrals, because we always want to go back to here and find out the basics and the verbiage and what do we do. There's an email that you can even send out, or you can put it in as a text. We want to be able to grow their community, but a big deal is you want to make sure that you're thanking them for these referrals. Sometimes that gets forgotten. So we want to give our clients, our friends, our family, whoever it may be that's giving us these referrals, we want to say thank you to them. So they're more likely to give those referrals more frequently, or feel appreciative for it. First thing is you can do like a $25 referral bonus back as a wellness credit. So it goes towards their account for next time. If they're not a client, then you can send them a gift card if you want to, or you can invite them out to coffee. You can share a little bit more. But a big thing is, if you have a client who is sending you a bunch of referrals, the biggest gift that you can give them is to share the coaching opportunity. For real. Drip into them about the coaching opportunity, give them that opportunity to start partner coaching with you with their referrals, to be able to teach them how to coach and guide them through the process, because their friends are going to be reaching out to them anyways. Don't be afraid of people saying no. I don't have any referrals. I don't have any friends. It's okay. Keep asking, drip it in them every once in a while. But the biggest thing is start at the beginning. You really, really want to address the idea of referrals from your health assessment, from your journey kickoff call, and from your week 1 celebration, because this is when the excitement is there. When you go out and let's say for us women, we find the most amazing product. Let's say it's a foundation, right? This foundation is freaking amazing, and we're excited about it, and we want to tell everybody about it. At the beginning, when we first get that product, that's when our joy and excitement is. Once we've been using that foundation for a month, 2 months, 3 months, it's just part of our normal routine. And so the excitement may still be there, may not be. So we definitely want to capture that excitement at the very beginning when you first have that client starting program. So don't be afraid. Make sure you're reaching out. Referrals are how we grow our business. and share hope with so many people. Thanks guys for letting me come in today. This was awesome.
Oh,
my
man.
God.
Now, can you imagine us leaving and not getting that?
Hey, Jen,
All of those gems.
Jen, this, you see this, the mic right here, right? I dropped it. You killed
Yes,
it.
I'm
girl.
sprinkling you too, Jen.
Oh
That
my
was
God.
awesome. That was awesome. Definitely some takeaways. All right. So we've got less than 5 minutes
4 pockets full.
to close out. What an awesome day. I mean, come on, guys, let's give it up. Let's put some ones in the chat for all of our speakers. They were absolutely fabulous. We got 2 outstanding PowerPoint presentations, a ton of great gems, great personalities, a lot of comedy. I mean, it was
Really?
a whole thing.
I was just
It was-
doing
it
me.
was
I
a
wasn't
whole
trying to be
thing.
funny. But you know what, guys? But remember this, mistakes are the spice of life, right?
They
Just
are.
think if we were all perfect, then I think the world would be kind of bland a little bit, right? So push yourself in those arenas that are challenging. Just take them like a little spice on top of everything nice.
No, good.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, so we're going to give you 2 action steps for this week, and we're going to take it back with those action steps to our good friend Tamara, who blessed us at the top of the morning with some mindset information. We're going to ask you guys to do every day this week 2 things. Number 1, you're going to love on yourself. Find an affirmation, find something that you're going to speak into yourself every morning to just start your day off right. Then you're going to love on someone else. Pick one person that every day, a different person, a different one, every day this week that you're going to love on, that you're going to celebrate, that you're going to share how much they mean to you. We've been getting this information on a multitude of, or hearing that message about the importance of doing that on a multitude of trainings, but let's practice that this week. That's another great way to get out of our muck, to start thinking on and loving on somebody else. So love on yourself every day this week and love on someone else every day this week.
Can I share my affirmation?
Yes.
You guys want to hear, you guys and gals want to hear my affirmation?
Yeah, we got 2 minutes.
If they say no, they must go. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. That's a joke. I'm just playing. My affirmation that I say consistently is I am abundant and wealth flows to me with no effort. I am open to all the abundance that is coming my way. I am a magnet for health, wealth, prosperity, and miracles beyond my understanding. Now show me the loot, show me the money. Let's get it going. All right.
You guys make it a great week. Let's go. Let's get it.